Nobody likes to see hefty text on a page. I'm talking about stuff like this, okay? You go to a home page or a services page and it's just reams and reams of text. Now, you can technically get away with it if it's a blog post, because blog posts or how-to guides tend to be kind of very texty, right? But on a home page, do you really want to be reading all of this? So what should you do in terms of layout? The answer's pretty simple, obviously images, but I want to show you a few examples. Now, what we have over here is a header and we have a load of text, and it's quite a bit. The border that's going around this is just to highlight that this is one container. And if I ever use more than one container, you'll see more borders or dotted borders going around. It's just to highlight to you how this is built. So I'm going to scroll down and show you an example here. This is now an exact copy. By the way, all the wording that you would have seen up here, I've kind of popped down here as well. So what we have again is a container, header and text, but we now have an image inside of the text. So I'm just going to scroll down until we get to say somewhere over here. So I know where it is. It's just below this point here. I'm going to hit a return. I'm going to hit add media and we're just going to pop this image in. If I then click the corner of the image and drag it down to be, say, something like that. Oh, that's way too small. Sorry. Something like that. So now it's kind of shrunken down. The text is not wrapping. Well, all I'm going to do now is click the image and decide on the alignment. If you do it in the center, it will stay like that. If you go for left, if you go for right, you can basically see what it's doing, okay? Pretty simple way of adding in images into your text. And if you want to add any padding in, what you need to do is go to the actual text tab, find your image, and what you would then do is before the source over here, you would add in the style equals padding left or right is 50 pixel, bottom equals 50 pixel, and it will then add that in for you. In fact, that's exactly what I did for this top one over here, which you can see. There we go. There's a little bit of extra code that we added in. Pretty simple way of adding in images to break up your text. Let's now go a step further, because if we go back to the original text, what if the reason you've got this is because you don't have a lot of images? I've worked with clients where they've got lots of text and you go, okay, what about your images? And they don't have any. And even when you offer to create them for them, they're a little bit like, well, I'm not too sure what I want. And they're not even keen on having many images. I hate those kind of projects. So what could you do is rather than have that, lots of text, why don't you just go and set the text up to be visible as columns? So inside your text editor, you have columns down here. So if I was to go and set it to be 2, you can see what it's doing. I wouldn't go ridiculous like this with 6. 3 tends to work well, which is something we see a lot of with newspapers or articles. So basically your eyes are working top to bottom, back up, top to bottom, back up, top to bottom. It does work. And this is where you've got text without any image. However, very much like what we did up here, you could break it up a little bit by dropping in an image in the middle. So again, similar to what we did before, you drop some text in, you could either wrap it or just leave it to be the size of the individual columns inside. What if you now did not have like any images? There's no photo. And the client isn't keen on you getting any, and you haven't got time, you just can't be bothered. This is an exact copy of what we had above, minus the image. Then can you see anything different on that page? I'm going to just put it over there. I'm going to let you stare at that. And I'm pretty sure you're going to notice that if I now go to this container, I go to style, I go to background overlay, we have an image, and what I've done is just drop the opacity. If I wanted to increase it, you'll see what happens. Now it's fighting with the wording. So I've gone and dropped it there. We'll just leave it at that for now. But here is me breaking up the content with an icon or an SVG or whatever else you want to pop in, or an image. So that is another way of how you could add a little bit of variation. But there are other things you can do as well. Now, this example is not the greatest because the text here is not big, but I didn't want to cheat. I wanted to use the exact same text that we've got here. So what I've done is, with 0 images, so we have a text editor here, a text editor here, we've got a text editor here, text editor there. So I have broken it up into individual text editors. But then what it allows me to do is to give them background styling. So what you're going to get, if I just show you this like that, is you get a breakdown of like the content, but you're almost like positioning them into rooms or areas. So it might be that the content here links into this before you read this. Your eyes automatically read that, then they read that, then they go and read that. This does need to be longer, excuse that. But you can see how it plays with your brain a little bit. You're not going to jump to that. You're going to read that and read that before you go there. So there are ways of how you can make the content feel a little bit more interesting to convey and read by doing something like this. Now, if I scroll down, another way of how you can break up the content, okay, and again, this is using the exact same wording we had above, is just give them something a little bit different. Up here, we gave them a background shading. Over here, though, the same content. Again, this is exactly the same content. We have a parent container, header, text. We then have 3 child containers. And this time, we've now added in an icon. So the same 3 paragraphs that we had above, I'm now going boom, 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 and giving them an icon. And then down here, I've put the rest. And then I've just put a bigger icon to the left of it. If you just go all the way back to what we had over here, there is still one more design to show you, by the way. This is what we had, and then I've gone and just jigged it around to do that. And imagine the borders are not there now, okay? The borders are just to show you the parent container, the child container. Take away the borders, and you now have something interesting rather than just lots of text. And the final one I want to show you is what if you decide not to use any icons? The power of a divider line, or just underlining as well. Look at that. So this again is doing something really, really simple with just adding in a little bit of color, a little bit of line. So even if you are working with content where you have a lot of content, but you don't have a lot of images to play with, you can still make the page very, very interesting. So don't just leave it as that. Hey, I'm Imran, Web Squadron. I hope you like, subscribe, share, and follow. I'll see you soon.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, bitch, hand me the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag.